Moving on to general information discussion items. Do we have the U.S. Post Office here? Could you come on up and tell us?
Good evening, Council-elect, good evening, members and community members of Wildomar. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Faye Elias. I'm the postmaster at Wildomar Post Office. I know some of your faces are familiar, some of you I've seen in and out. I don't get a chance to talk to everyone. But John did contact me and asked me if I would come by, and I was kind of surprised when I saw a presentation, because I do not have a presentation for you. But he wanted me to talk about what's going on at the post office and how it's going to affect the community. Most of you have seen the new building that has gone up. It is a carrier annex. Currently, we have 17 carriers that are housed in 2 trailers back behind the building. Okay. They will be moving into the new building that has gone up. The old building is scheduled for renovation. It will still take care of the retail part and the P.O. Box section. The P.O. boxes are going to be enlarged. We're getting 500 additional P.O. boxes. We have 1,356 right now, and I think as of yesterday, we had 14 available. So, and they'll be rented before the end of the month. And usually I get phone calls, do you have any boxes? Do you have any boxes? So we will be getting 500 more. I'm told that in the future, they are allowing space for an additional 500 on top of that as we grow. Currently, we have 2 window clerk stations, and we've been doing business out of the Dutch door because we're trying our best to keep the lines down, and it's very, very difficult. The community is growing much more quickly than headquarters is allowing me to grow. So we've been doing business through the Dutch door. We've been doing passports through the Dutch door, and it gets very crowded. With the new renovation, I fought for 4 windows. I'm getting 3. However, the part that I won, or I consider it a win when it comes to headquarters, is that Dutch door is going to be moved around to the side where you come in currently out of the parking lot and to the side. There will be an alcove, a larger alcove there, and the Dutch door will be located there so that we will be able to do passports from that area and keep it away from the actual business in and out. I've had questions regarding the removal of the vending machines. That was a headquarters decision. It is being done nationwide for a number of reasons. One of them is the vending machines are currently very old, and we just cannot get the parts necessary. And there's a lot of other avenues to purchase stamps, such as Stater Brothers and Albertsons. And, I mean, there's Postal Annex out there. There's PostNet that's in the Stater Brothers Center. So there are other avenues to simply purchase stamps. I'm trying to think what else. Questions regarding parking. It's been a bear. I've been there at Wildomar since January of 2000. I've watched it get uglier and uglier and uglier. They built a new parking lot back behind the 2 buildings, so the employees will no longer be alongside the cemetery. They will be in the back. They are currently in the back. We moved them there. When we got the parking lot open about 2 weeks ago, we moved them there, so that opened up an additional 17 parking spots alongside the cemetery. The 5 spots that are currently in the very front of the building that say employee parking only, which included my spot because I didn't have one. I'm now going to be in the back too, so those 5 spots will be opening up. The carriers move in on Saturday morning. It's going to be very interesting. They're going to come in, they're going to place their mail out of the trailer, they're going to go out and deliver, and when they come back, everything's going to be in the new building. The trailers are going to be pulled out of there, and my understanding is they're being taken to Beaumont. So they will be utilized somewhere else, but thankfully not with us any longer. It's been a long time coming. The carriers are looking forward to it. A couple of the things that's going to affect the community in a negative way temporarily, just so everybody is aware, when they start renovation on the old building, it's going to be ugly. They're bringing in a truck which is going to temporarily house the P.O. boxes. They will take the P.O. boxes out of the building, put them in a trailer. Now, I've lived through this before. I functioned through this in Coronado. I was the manager of Coronado for 7 years prior to coming up to Wildomar. And believe it or not, as ugly as it sounds, it was uglier in Wildemar. Because they had, or uglier in Coronado rather, they had no parking at all. They had what we had as far as, maybe 2 or 3 rows of parking. Coronado had 1 row of parking. And they had meters in front of the building. So we had to go to the city and we had to ask them to cover the meters, this is not fair. It just was not fair to have people pay. But they lost probably 16 or 17 spots. I think there was only 2 or 3 spots that were available for parking while that trailer was there. Obviously, it will not be that bad. It will be bad. Parking is going to be ugly because of the trailer being there. It's going to be difficult. We're not going to be able to use the side entrances for a period of time. The retail will stay put. I'm told that once they finish the P.O. Box section, that they will move the retail into a trailer, but that should only be for possibly a week at most. Again, when they did it in Coronado, they were able to do it, the retail portion, in a weekend. But they weren't building an additional window area, so it's going to take them a little bit longer for us. I'm trying to think what else. I know there were some questions that have come up, and Harv and I were actually talking. Back when I first came, there was concern about addresses along Palomar that had been taken, and I'll say taken because I fought for them by Marietta. When you get down, I guess it's south of Clinton Keith, north, south, east, west, but below Clinton Keith from here, on the right-hand side is considered Marietta. The left-hand side is considered Wildemar. And I remember fighting, because I had maps, and I don't know if I still have them, I had maps in my office that were drawn by our address management people that designated that as Wildemar. So when the Wind Committee had come to me originally and I fought for this, if you get cityhood, we will address it at that time. Well, we now have cityhood. So it will be something that I will be bringing. I can tell you that the powers that be that were there then are not there now. So I really need to talk to them and make them aware of what is what. Harv brought up to me addresses from Elsinore that are a question. I am not familiar with that portion of it. Palomar I was. The Elsinore addresses I was not. So I need to get some clarification on that so that I can go forth with that. So anything you guys can provide to me, or anything I can provide to you, please let me know, and I'll take it from there.